So hello and welcome everyone to this tutorial on Adobe Illustrator. This tutorial is for complete newbies on Adobe Illustrator, so if you have never used it before, and thus we only cover the most basic functions that you're going to need to complete the lab assignments. So at first, if you want to get started, you will see some kind of window as you see it right here. And if you want to create a new document, you click here on Create New. This will open up this window here, and you will see like a bunch of templates that you can use. So what we want to use here is, because we print on letter-sized pages with our conductive silver inkjet printer, we select as a template letter size here. If you don't see this, because this is like the recent tab, so this is like my personal templates that I use most often, you can also go to the print tab. And in the print tab, you see like all the standard formats for printing documents, for example, A4 or legal, and you will also see letter here. So you click on letter, and to make life easier later on, we're gonna select as units millimeters. So this makes it much easier for us to like measure distances between objects and all that stuff. A standard a unit for an Illustrator is are points, and we're gonna select these points here and change it to millimeters. Now all the units in Illustrator will be in millimeters. All right, let's create this document, and then we see this empty letter size sheet right here. All right, so one of the most basic functions that you're gonna need is creating a shape, obviously, right? So, and you can do this easily by clicking on this icon right here. And if you hold the left mouse button, you will see a selection of different tools that enables you to like draw different geometric primitives on your sheet. So we're gonna select the rectangle tool right here, and then by clicking on the sheet and holding the left mouse button, you can create a shape pretty much. So, and about the shape, there are like a few things that you should know, and this is that it has like two properties that you can see right here. On the one hand, concerning its color. So on the one hand, you see that there's like an infill color, which is white at the moment, and there is a kind of like a frame around it, right? And this one is black at the moment. You can set these colors with these two UI elements over here. So the one that is black, like the frame here, this is like the stroke around it, can be changed here. So the moment it's black, if we set it to white or to none means transparent, it will disappear, and you can see there's like no frame anymore. And if you want to like set the color of this rectangle to something else, for example red, you click on the left UI element right here, and then you click on red, and you're gonna see that the rectangle got completely red with no black frame around it. Okay. So one of the things that you also gonna need is the ability to also like change this rectangle a little bit. No? So like not only in size, so like with the selection tool that we have that we use at the moment, this is this tool over here. You can move it around, and you can also scale it and change it in size. But what if you want to like not have a rectangle anymore, but have like something else? For this one, we need to be able to select the corner points that make up this shape individually. For this one, we can use the direct selection tool, this one over here. And if we click on our rectangle, we see these corner points are now accessible. So, and if you just click on one, only this one is selected, and you can drag it around and change the rectangle to like a different shape. All right, let's go back to our original rectangle. So the next thing that you're gonna need is knowing its dimensions and knowing its position. So if you click on it, you're gonna see these numbers right here. So the first two numbers are X and Y. This is pretty much the position of the rectangle, and you can set it to a specific well-defined position by changing these numbers right here. The third and the fourth parameter you see over here is W is the width, and H is the height. So for example, if you want to like make a perfect square of like 40 millimeters, you just set this to 40, and we do the same for the height as well, set this also to 40, and then we have a 40 millimeter rectangle. All right, so after doing this, we also want to like see how we can actually draw lines with it. You need this, for example, to draw the wires for your circuits before you print them. Okay. So for like drawing lines, we click again on this icon element here that we used for the rectangle tool, but now we're gonna select by holding the left mouse button again the line segment tool. And the line segment tool enables us to just draw like a normal line. So as you can see right here, this line is existent, but it has no height, it has no width, right? So, and to change that, we actually have to set the stroke size. And the stroke size can be set right here. This one, unfortunately, is always in points. It is not in millimeters. But if you want to have a stroke width of like roughly 1 millimeter, you can set it to 3 points. And this will look like this then. All right. Another feature that you're going to need is the ability to connect different line segments together. So why is this necessary? Let's do a little test and connect 2 line segments with a stroke width of like 3 points together. Okay, and now let's zoom in. You can zoom right here. And what we're going to see here is, because these line segments are pretty much also like rectangles pretty much, even if like the center points are like perfectly connected to each other, there's like still a little gap right here that we actually don't want to have. All right, so what we want to do is we want to like join these 2 line segments together into one shape. So to do this, we need to use the join tool. So the join tool can be accessed by clicking on this edit toolbar icon over here, and then just look for this tool that reads join tool. Okay, so you just like click on it, and then you can drag and drop it to your toolbar over here. I did this already. That's why the join tool is already in my toolbar over here. But in the standard version of Illustrator, this is not automatically here. So you have to like take it, hold left mouse button, and then just move it over here. Okay. So then you can access it. So you select the join tool, and if you want to combine, if you want to like join these 2 line segments, you just go to this segment over here and just draw over it, just like that. And then you can see these 2 elements are connected now. Very good. And let's go to the next function that we're gonna need, and this is measuring the distance between 2 objects, between 2 geometries. So let's just like quickly create a copy of this square here. We can do this very simply by just like clicking on it, selecting it, and then using Control-C and Control-V copy paste, right? Okay, now we have these 2 elements side by side, and let's say we want to give them a distance of exactly 1 centimeter. So how we're gonna do this, and there are many ways how to do this. I just show you my favorite one, and this is just by selecting the rectangle tool again and creating a rectangle. And now of course we can set the width of this one to be exactly 1 centimeter, so in particular like 10 millimeters, right? Okay, so this shape here has now exactly 1 centimeter width, and you can just use this to make sure that the distance between 2 objects is exactly this 1 centimeter. So we just like place it to the right hand side of this rectangle, and then just let the second rectangle snap to the object right here. So, and now we know that these 2 objects have a distance of exactly 1 centimeter. And that's it already. These are like all the tools that you're gonna need to complete your assignments. So good luck and have fun.